Technology and Natural Resources, Malam Maduri, Jigawa State Establishment Bill 2025, SB 733. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Federal University of Agricultural Technology and Natural Resources, Malam Maduri, Jigawa State Establishment Bill 2025, SB 733, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, Federal University of Agricultural Technology and Natural Resources, Malam Maduri, Jigawa State, Establishment Bill 2025, SB 733, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, the fifth business of the day is the presentation of a bill standing in the name of distinguished Senator Nwoko Ned Munir on the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2025, SB 734. Mr. President, you may wish to invite the Clerk of the Senate to read the short title of the bill.
Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2025, SB 734, first reading.
Distinguished colleagues, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2025, SB 734, first reading taken. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, the first order of the day is the resumption of adjourned consideration of the report of the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and Tech Fund on the David Umahi University of Health Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State Establishment Bill 2025, SB 365. Distinguished senators will recall that further consideration on the report at the Committee of Whole was deferred at Clause 5 and referred back to the committee on Tuesday, 11 February 2025 for further legislative action. The committee is now ready with a report. Mr. President, with your permission, I will to move that the Senate do resolve into the Committee of the Whole to resume consideration of the report.
Yes, the Minority Leader.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the Senate resolves into the Committee of the Whole to continue the consideration of the bill. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that this August Assembly do revert to Committee of the Whole to continue deliberations and consideration of this report. Those in support of the motion are seconded, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. We revert to Committee of the Whole. Distinguished colleagues, and now to provide for the establishment of David Omaye University of Health Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State, and for related matters 2024, now SB 365, long title on page 1. Those in support of the long title forming part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Number of clauses 33. Those in support of the number of clauses say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clauses 2. We actually started, should be from clause 6. We had gone that far. Clause 6. So clause 10. Those in support by clause 6 to 10 should form part of the bill. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The bill is part and parcel. The bill is with you. We had taken it before, and we all have it. Clauses 11 to 20, those in support that they form part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. From 21 to 30, those in support that they form part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 31 to 33. Those in support of clauses 31 to 33 forming part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The interpretation clause is actually on clause 32 of page 21 of the bill. Those in support of the interpretation clause say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The short title, clause 33, page 22 of the bill. Those in support of the short title as stated therein say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The schedules from 1 to 3 on page 22 to 30. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The explanatory memorandum is on page 40. Those in support of the explanatory memorandum forming part of the bill say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader of the Senate.
Mr. President, sitting as chair, very distinguished colleagues, I rise to move that the Senate do now revert to plenary to enable the chairman report progress. I so move.
Yeah, Minority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. President, sitting as chair, I rise to second the motion that the Senate do revert back to plenary so that the chair can report progress. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that this Senate do revert to plenary for the chair to report progress. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. We revert to plenary for the chair to report progress.
Es ist nicht nur Stuttgart 21 oder der Berliner Flughafen. Fast 70% aller Großprojekte in Deutschland werden nicht pünktlich fertig. Mit Monday.com wird dir das nicht passieren. Richte auf Monday.com einfach deine Projekte ein und verfolge alle wichtigen Details. Wer was macht und wann die Arbeit erledigt ist. Du kannst hier deine gesamte Projektkommunikation bündeln, damit alle Beteiligten immer up-to-date sind und Verzögerungen vermieden werden. Sobald eine Projektphase abgeschlossen ist, siehst du es in Echtzeit und die gewünschten Personen werden automatisch benachrichtigt. Dadurch kann die nächste Phase des Projekts sofort beginnen. Jetzt, wo dein Team und deine Prozesse miteinander vernetzt sind, läuft alles reibungslos. Und du hast die volle Kontrolle und Übersicht. Besuche Monday.com und starte noch heute deine kostenlose Testversion.
Du suchst einen Gebrauchtwagen? Autohero hat die besten Deals für dich. Zum Beispiel den BMW 1er ab 15.500 € oder den Seat Leon ab 11.200 € und viele mehr. Bei Autohero findest du über 5.500 Gebrauchtwagen zu Top-Preisen. Alle professionell aufbereitet und mit einem Jahr kostenloser Garantie. Finde jetzt dein Auto auf autohero.com oder in der App.
I rise to move that the bill be now read the third time. I so move.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. President and most distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the bill be now read the third time. I so second, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that this bill not be now read for the third time. Those who support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of David Umahi University of Science, Health Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State, and for related matters, 2025 SB 365, third reading.
Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of David Umahi University of Health Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State, and for related matters 2025. Third reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of David Umahi University of Health Sciences, Uburu, Ebonyi State, and for related matters 2025. Third reading taken and passed. Let me thank the Senate Committee on Third Fund and Tertiary Institutions for a job well done in bringing this report and clearing some gray areas. Coincidentally, this university was earlier established and was functional and even awarding degrees to students before the federal government took over. And the federal government took over the university with this name. And so it is not a new establishment. It is just to give it the legality so that the degrees and certificates from that university will be legal. So since this is what the federal government took over, if the federal government wishes to change the name, they know the procedure to do. That is the executive. Ours is to give it the legal backing for the establishment of that university. So I want to commend the Tertiary Institutions and Third Fund Committee, headed by our brother, Senator Danduse, for finally concluding this report and bringing same for consideration by the Senate. And also to thank our colleagues for the clause-by-clause considerations and everybody's contributions and amendments and suggestions that led to the passage of this bill. I thank you all. Leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues. The second order of the day is the consideration of a House bill for concurrence on the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Amendment Bill 2025, HB 1277. Mr. President, for the simple nature of the bill and for interchamber reciprocity, I would present a lead debate on the bill. Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, to
Leader of the Senate. Can you proceed?
Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, lead debate on the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Amendment Bill 2025, HB 1277, for concurrence from the House of Representatives. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is my honor and pleasure to lead the debate on this important bill from the House of Representatives for concurrence. Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Amendment Bill 2025, HB 1277. This bill seeks to amend the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Cap 10, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the establishment of the Orthopedic Hospital Bilere, Gombe State, under the control of the Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board and affiliated to the Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe State, to provide specialized orthopedic treatment and medical services. Mr. President, my respected colleagues, this bill is straightforward and has gone through the necessary legislative process in the House of Representatives. I therefore urge you all to support the second reading of this bill as we refer it to the Committee of the Whole for clause-by-clause consideration. Thank you.
Yes, the minority.
The Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions is scheduled to formally open its investigation into the conduct of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan on Thursday next week. Arise News, however, learns that the probe by the Senate Disciplinary Panel will be limited strictly to the allegation of gross ethical misconduct leveled against Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan last week, to explain why she refused to comply with a Senate order to relocate to a new seat. The issues of sexual harassment later raised by Akpoti-Uduaghan against the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, now pending in court, may not be entertained by the Ethics Committee. The embattled senator is canvassing for a live coverage of the probe. More so, ahead of the sitting, is a question on the mind of most Nigerians on having a fair hearing and final resolution and recommendation by the Committee on Ethics. Joining us now on this show is the Senate Committee Chairman on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions, Senator Neda Umasoin. Thank you very much for joining us, Senator Umasoin. You're welcome to the morning show.
Thank you very much.
Well, Senator.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Abati.
Senator, I think the question that Nigerians are worried about, it's fairly straightforward. Now, this Ethics and Privileges Committee getting into the matter, what exactly is at stake? Why is it that the main issue that Nigerians are interested in, the cocodrie, sexual, salacious allegations, is not what your committee wants to look into, but rather the issue about sitting position? We need clarification in that regard. And what are the privileges that Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan may probably be entitled to in terms of privilege? After all, parliamentary work is covered by certain privileges.
Okay, like I said,